You ask, where is hell? Where is heaven? Is there a paradise as the divine realm? Is it amongst the living right here on Pa-Ptah Nun the planet Earth, or is it beneath our feet under Pa-Ptah Nun the planet Earth? Is it around us right now but unseen, merely invisible to the physical eyes, or was it somehow undefined, made up by Pa-Tanyamki the human beast, or was it up there in or beyond the stars? Or maybe beyond the galaxies? The Pa-Ba-Me at the pyramid text of the Yunus pyramids at Saqqara, which is located south of present-day Cairo, Egypt, are texts carved into the walls and the sarcophagi of some pyramids. Pa-Ba-Shef, the pyramid text of the Yunus pyramid, says, "System of creation is a remarkable parallel to modern physicists' conception of the creation and evolution of the universe. It literally describes the Big Bang, which is contact, when positive and negative charges clashes, in which all matter explodes from a point of singularity and then expands and unfolds, becoming more complex as fundamental forces come into being and interact, finally reaching the level of elemental matter. Dark matter, black existence, supreme balancement. Density, to matter, to atoms, to cells, to organism, to bodies. 9 Ether is conscious and conscience gases. That is the same kind of ether forces that grew the universe. The primary creation, before the lightest atom, hydrogen, energies existed as a form of energy existing in the form of gases. 9 levels of them existed, from quarks to biaps to Z's/cells, referred to as subatomic energy, before weight or the sum of any weight. Registering as nothingness, yet existing, being lighter than the first form of existence, hydrogen. This event, termed as the Big Bang, describes Atum, the creator Notster, overseer of ancient Egypt, whom with his counterpart Net's hand, as his out of the primordial waters came the liquid gold from his Kadub pillar, phallus, penis. Atum is seen as the carrier of the invisible fire or seed. The cause, still metaphysical, of the definition to arise from the undefined Nun. He brings forth from himself. Atum was not only deemed to have come about from the primordial waters, ocean that is undefined, which is also known as Nun and Nunet in ancient hydrogen, to helium, to become Ray Atum to Atum to Atum Ray onto Atun Ray onto Amun and Ray to Amun Ray. This being the origins of life in the universe and life on Earth, all from his primordial soup 76 trillion years ago. The ingredients of the liquid gold or soup is the best kept secret, best kept sacred, protected by Dza Hudi, who was known in ancient Egypt as the scribe of the Natsturu and personification of divine intellect, and it is passed on to very few. I will only say this, that molecules are a group of atoms bonded together and can make up what is called liquids, and these liquids form the walls of individual cells, and without the cell, which is the basic building block of living things would not have come into existence. You see, Atum's explosive orgasm created the universe. His ejaculation is a symbol of its astonishing accuracy. That all the basic ingredients for life existed from the very first, and that this universe as it continues to expand carries the ingredients within it. What some call the imagery of the Atum myth perfectly encompasses the concept of seeding the universe with life. Pa-Wabu, the priest of Anu, An, which is the city of Re's son located in modern-day Cairo, Egypt, knew how life originated and spread throughout this universe. In Anu, Anu, Ayunu An, Helipolis, the solar deity Re takes the form of Apis, Acre, lizard, Eknumen, and the snake, recorded in the Egyptian Book of the Coming Forth at Dawn, incorrectly referred to as the Egyptian Book of the Dead, raising from the dead state to life. Atum says, "I will eventually destroy the world, submerging all Pa-Natsturu and humans Pa-Katu in the primal waters Nun, which were all that exist at the beginning of the what's called time. When this comes, my son Asar will live again on in the form of serpents Kuret, shedding his skin to become Haras Re Har-Ahed. As it was in the beginning, so will it be at the end." You see, the great Ben Black Stone, those of the Mohammedanism religion have stored it in what they call the Kaaba, which is located in Mecca, Saudi Arabia. This Ben is the seed of the creation, which is a meteorite. A meteorite is matter from outer space that enters the Earth's atmosphere. Yet, not quite a meteorite released from the asteroid belt in this solar system. For this one, unlike most, which is high in iron content, this one was monatomic with gold dust of a divine with unusual DNA and RNA, unlike those today. Yet, it passes through this galaxy, attaching itself to other DNA. This Ben stone is an extraterrestrial, meaning extra on this terra from the astral stone from beyond space, was of the seed of Atum to become atoms to cells to atom. That is panspermia, microorganisms or chemical precursors of life present in outer space and able to initiate life on reaching a suitable environment, divine life seated here on Earth. A new helix structure was born. Comets hold much of the original ingredients of the recipe that created the planets and brought plentiful waters from Satta, which is known as Orion star constellation, to Temu land or Pa-Ptah Nun the planet Earth, or Ta from the Orion Nebula, located as the center star in the lower half of the Orion star constellation. So there is much intelligence behind the creation design of Om Re, Atum to Re to Ta. all done by the Creator. The Tik or Heka, then the moment of rest Hu, to Hu Hai, to he who is opener Ptah, to Tak, Sia, Heka Hu Sia. The Ben Ben, black stone was in fact one of many seeds of Atum as comet-like stone from Sa Orion outer space that brought life to Earth. This is literally the seed of the Creator. The boat of a million years manjet that voyaged through space, a boat of life. So this is both heaven and hell, above as below. The origin of life is also the realm of the dead. If you speak of Pa-Ak ether or Pa-Ba soul and Pa-Ka spirit and Pa-Kat body, yes, it's real. The edge of physical reality is creation of fire as light through North and West quantum physics. The physical realm of light on one end of the spectrum of reality is the black hole, at the other end is light and the speed of light 182,272 feet per second. Itself the divine realm is to be from Atum east to a moon west as a form of lighting. The power of the Creator Natsturu. Hell can be to travel between light and light through a black hole or faster than the speed of light to the realm of mind or soul which exists within the reality of this universe. Where matter or atoms, cells come apart, each element breaks down to the one before it on the periodic chart and retraces itself back to hydrogen H1, which is the lightest sum. Therefore before matter sums up to hydrogen H1 it is ether E1, which is the state before matter begins, before H1 where mental exist and minds are apart, combined. Soul being consciousness, spirit being action fed from ether. The black hole or abyss must be passed through as one transformed being. Dimension to dimension is what the idea of the survival of being is all about. The time machine is possible. You are talking about astrophysics, that is what became religion, discussing the very nature of divine being or beings and it or their role in heaven, earth, and hell. To us in ancient Tama-Re Egypt, Pa-Natsturu were stars and stars are at the center or core of astrophysics, being obsessed with both birth and death of our Natsturu who are stars set in dark matter, the soup in which stars or light are. Dark matter or Pa-Pot just is, was and will be. Dark matter is stationary, within it is movement of things, all things. Within it, light is shaped, light bends and moves. It is called the unseen yet existence. Dark matter does not pull or push. Neutrinos, nut ray nu, neuritis, supreme balancement black. Neutrinos only exist in dark matter. Dark matter is nothingness that is the sum of all. Everything does not have to be something, because a thing must come forth of nothing. A shadow is formed in the shape of a thing. Yet is a shadow, some, or something. All things are made up of smaller things until matter is transformed back into energy. Nothing is solid that is not merely close, yet not touching particles of whatever, be it atoms or energy, light or darkness as a shadow. Light tries to consume dark as fire consumes matter, yet there is not enough light born to consume that which birthed it. Light can never consume dark, because dark matter also birthed black holes that consume light matter and all other things. Light can run, but because of what it is, it cannot hide. To run is to move away from us or expanding. Where would light escape to being born in all? There is no outside of all at all. So the light stars may run until they collapse into our lap or our daughter the black hole, where there is no time nor space. So in fact there is a beginning and there is an end to light, as fire consumes itself and burns out or is fired. Yet in fact there is no beginning nor will there ever be an ending to dark. We always was and always will be. They are the very stars that send light. So Ray's sun is the star of all life in this realm, and without it would be the death of Pa-Kat the body. In Anu Heliopolis Pa-Natsturu created the stars, the principles these same Natsturu followed in their Pa-Natsturu as the creators, then they were then labeled by the invaders of ancient Egypt as astronomical physics and became known as those principles, or laws of physics, who consider Pa-Natsturu as the creators of time, so the origin of these divine beings, the Big Bang, the big ejaculation of Atum, the beginning of time. The name Natster means principle, and from it Natster to netter you then got nature. Pa-Natsturu are the principle of creation, the opener. Ptah is Ptah Nun. Ptah, self-created, thinks about the cosmos and speaks it into existence by the secret word or three tones uttered in one sound, 3 in 1. In ancient Egypt Atum, the creator Natster and Sapstatu Enneads, full-blooded simian. Or octave of 144 vibrating on D, first of the three tones are conceived, Pa said yet. From Atum twins were born Tefnut the goddess of moisture and world order, and Shu the god of air and life, who begat a set of twins Nut the heavens, and she bent down to earth like a great arched bridge over Geb's body, and Geb the earth, and he stretch out on his back, who beget two sets of twins Aset and Asar and Nebthet and Suchuk. To manifestation 1, Atum, plus 8, Sapstatu / octave, equals 9. Sound vibrating brings forth movement, tones, scales, emotions. Pa Sapstatu the Enneads are conceived as the teeth and lips of Ptah created by his heart called Sia, personifying the principle of mental, the intellectual energies working with the tongue of Ptah, which is who creative force of will created by his heart seat of intellect and his tongue who command of action by Heka. The magical power of energy in this cosmology is in fact music. Ptah is compounded with Nun and Nunet, the primeval liquid as powder, matter to become Ptah Nunet. The mother who bore Atum, who has come by way of Pa Kamanu Ogdod, full-blooded reptilian, the breeders of ancient Egypt of the primeval chaos before the coming forth of Re as Atum, Re as the frog-headed sperm and the snake-headed penis, Nun and Nunet the womb to He and Hehet to Kek and Keket on to Neu and Neat. By the power of Kem Atef, the serpent symbol of Be, the supremacy of Pa Notster Dza Hudi, who presides over all knowledge, wisdom and overstanding, and still the afterlife involves another timeless dimension being. We as NWPUians know life in its essence never ends even if a person's caught body returns to dust. The inner being, all she or he did while in the body will live on in the minds and hearts of those affected by this person, and she or he would know as the etheric being. Ankh ether travels from realm to realm at will or can even visit the flesh again if empowered to do so, or as etheric beings from 7 ether to 9 ether. Ether is any of a class of organic compounds in which 2 hydrocarbon groups are linked by an oxygen atom. Below 7 ether one cannot reincarnate. There are very few people who are really 6 ether or really 9 ether these days with thousands of years of mixing. However, for those fortunate enough, better after the physical life is reserved. You go to heaven and live amongst Pa Notsturu as a transformed being, one of them, and in time raise your powers to be able to visit other worlds and even transform your shape to blend in amongst them to enjoy their worlds, which would be paradise, as there are many beings that walk amongst you here on earth. Then move or chose to live a full life as a human in all ways, even birth children or others just walk in and use others' bodies at will, some good and others not good. It's a form of cheating what you know as death and can be seen as solar biology and astronomy, which appear as entire regeneration called birth, life, death and resurrection like the sun each morning. It appeared to die at shadow hour and reappear the next morning, a rebirth, a new life born again. It was on this journey into the Pa Duat the underworld became Shul or Hades by Hebrews and Greeks and many names by Indo-Arabs or Hell. So each pharaoh owns his own boat of a million years, Pa Manjet the boat floating in the primordial ocean. As above so below, space is space. These boats were called starships or Hanu. The mother crafts were called Bennu for his whole family and tribe. All people as they travel to stars, to return and raise to new life again. As a result, each great being has her or his own star system name after them. So the true kingdom of heaven always existed even before creation, as the true state of Pa Pot the all, which is both something and nothingness at the same time. It is, was and will be what it is, the all is all. So the true mission of those that die is to be powerful enough spiritually to reach the land of the Notsturu. Once there, it becomes the first time, as in the first time you really exist as a total being, as an Ankh ether who is a Kot body and Ka spirit and Ba soul. That being the origin of life, which was also the realm of the undead, for nothing dies, only a change in its form to be reused again and again. The first stirring of the high Notstru Net and Ptah in the primeval water of Nun Nunet, birthed the first one Atom totality in the sense of an ultimate and unalterable state of perfection. They birthed the undifferentiated one who is Atom to the settling of Har upon the throne, and the redemption of Asar. All that is good or efficacious was established on the principles laid down in the first time, which was therefore a golden age of absolute perfection before rage or clamor or strife or uproar had come about as first light. No death, disease or disaster occurred in the blissful epoch, known variously as the time of Re, the time of Asar, the time of Re Har Ahed. Dream times come true. So in fact astrophysics presents the potential and solution to the question, because in astrophysics a black hole with an entrance as well as an exit is a wormhole or Stargate, at the raised arm of Pa Notster called Pogchin. The true pylon, gateway to paradise or heaven, used to travel through time and space, even bend time, onto other worlds and even planets, used to propel you outside the fabric of this known universe and into the abode of Pa Notsturu. This Stargate is at the extended raised arm of Asar and Sa. It's called Saba or Pogchin. The wormhole is the path to an access between one state of existence to another, or between this world and the underworld, the Balaba or doorway, Stargate, vortex, the path. The wormhole also lead to a whirlpool. It's what opens the entrance to the center of none. Without beginning, and without ending.